All Elite Wrestling Champion EWA title holder, listed. Who is the current EWA champion? Well, in EWA, one man holds the biggest gold belt. But there are also 6 more titles established as All Elite. Below, Digital Spy rounds up every single title holder in EWA right now. That includes all the gold defended on Dynamite, Rampage, and on all 4 of EWA's PPVs every year. Related, how to watch EWA, from Dynamite and Rampage to PPVs, specials, dark and vlogs. We've also got highlights from the match where it was won. Plus whether it was on a pay-per-view or an episode of Dynamite or Rampage. And we've also included history and facts about each championship. EWA World Champion, MJF since the 19th of November, 2022 defeated Jon Moxley at Full Gear. The short history of the EWA World Championship used to be very simple, until 2021 when injuries and real-life drama caused it to get a little more complicated. The first ever EWA World Champion was Chris Jericho, who defeated Hangman Adam Page to become the inaugural champion at All Out on the 31st of August, 2019. Jericho's reign ended on the 29th of February, 2020, when he was defeated by Jon Moxley at Revolution. Moxley held on to the championship for 277 days before Kenny Omega won the belt at Winter is Coming in December 2020. Omega would go on to become EWA's longest reigning world champion so far, holding the title for 346 days before he was finally defeated by Page at Full Gear 2021. At Double or Nothing 2022, CM Punk captured his first championship in EWA when he defeated Page, ending his reign at 197 days. But just over a week after his win, Punk announced he was injured and an interim EWA World Champion would be crowned in his absence. Moxley won the interim championship tournament at Forbidden Door and reigned for 59 days before Punk returned. However, when Moxley and Punk clashed to unify the belts, it was Moxley who came out victorious, defeating the returning Punk in minutes. But it was a different story when the pair met 11 days later at All Out and the PPV ended with Punk once again holding the gold. But after some real-life drama following All Out and an injury, the EWA World Championship was vacant again and it was Moxley who won the championship for the 3rd time at Dynamite Grand Slam, after defeating Bryan Danielson in the tournament finals. Moxley's 3rd reign lasted 59 days before he was defeated by MJF at Full Gear. EWA Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter since the 19th of November, 2022 defeated Toni Storm at Full Gear to win the interim championship. EWA crowned its first women's champion on the very first episode of Dynamite, the 2nd of October, 2019, when Riho defeated Nyla Rose. Nyla would then defeat Riho for the title on the 12th of February, 2020 edition of Dynamite, ending Riho's reign at 101 days. EWA's longest reigning women's champion so far is Hikaru Shida, who beat Rose for the title at Double or Nothing on the 23rd of May, 2020 and went on to hold it for 372 days, before losing to Britt Baker. Britt's reign ended at 290 days when she was finally vanquished by Thunder Rosa in a steel cage match at St. Patrick's Day Slam 2022. Ahead of All Out 2022, Thunder Rosa announced she was suffering from a back injury and would be unable to defend the Women's Championship at the event. EWA then announced that a 4-way match would be held between Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida at All Out to crown an interim women's champion. The match was won by Storm, who held the championship until Full Gear where she was defeated by Hayter. Storm's interim reign was then retroactively made an official reign, after Rosa officially forfeited the lineal championship. EWA TNT champion, Darby Allin since the 4th of January, 2023 defeated Samoa Joe on Dynamite. The EWA TNT championship was introduced on the 30th of March, 2020 with the first winner, Cody Rhodes, crowned after he won the TNT championship tournament. The title was presented to Cody by Mike Tyson, following his victory over Lance Archer at Double or Nothing 2020. Mr. Brody Lee was the second TNT champion, and the red-strapped belt he held was retired following his passing in December 2020. The belt was given to his son, Brody Lee Jr. on the special Brody Lee Celebration of Life edition of Dynamite. The longest reigning TNT champion is Darby Allin, who held the title for 186 days before losing to Miro in May 2021. In December 2021, Cody Rhodes became the first ever three-time TNT champion when he defeated Sammy Guevara on Dynamite Holiday Bash. Sammy then regained the title at Dynamite Beach Break, after previously becoming interim TNT champion when Cody was unable to defend the title during Battle of the Belts on the 8th of January. Sammy's second TNT title reign came to an end on the 9th of March when he was defeated by Scorpio Sky. But just over a month later he became a three-time champion when he defeated Sky at Battle of the Belts II. However, Sammy's third reign didn't last long, as Sky would regain the title weeks later in a ladder match on Dynamite. After a 70-day reign, Sky lost the belt to Wardlow in a street fight on Dynamite. Current champion Darby Allin is now in his second reign. He was TBS champion, Jade Cargill since the 5th of January 2022 defeated Ruby Soho in the TBS Championship Tournament final on Dynamite on the 6th of October 2021. AEW announced that it would be introducing a new women's singles title, the TBS Championship. The first TBS champion was determined by a 12-woman, single elimination tournament which began on the 23rd of October episode of Dynamite. The tournament final took place on the 5th of January 2022 episode of Dynamite, which was the show's debut on its new home of TBS. In the final, the undefeated Jade Cargill beat Ruby Soho to become the inaugural TBS champion. AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Acclaim since the 21st of September 2022 defeated Swerve in Our Glory at Dynamite Grand Slam. AEW's first tag team champions were SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, who defeated the Lucha Bros on the 30th of October 2019 edition of Dynamite in the finals of the championship tournament. The titles then changed hands, on a boat, when Kenny Omega and Hangman Page defeated SoCal Uncensored on board Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea, which aired on the 22nd of January 2020 episode of Dynamite. The longest reigning champions are the Young Bucks, who held the titles for 302 days before losing to the Lucha Bros at All Out 2021. The Young Bucks became AEW's first ever two-time tag team champions after defeating Jurassic Express at Dynamite Road Rager in June 2022. The Bucks had their reign ended after 28 days by the team of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, known as Swerve in Our Glory. The two former WWE superstars carried the belts throughout the summer before the Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, ended their reign at Grand Slam. AEW World Trios Champions, Death Triangle since the 7th of September 2022 defeated Best Friends to win the vacant championship on Dynamite. AEW announced on the 27th of July 2022 that they were introducing an AEW World Trios Championship, with a tournament taking place to crown the first champions. The finals of the tournament took place at All Out, with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega defeating Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. However, their reign was short-lived as, after the infamous All Out media scrum, the titles were vacated on the following Dynamite. A match was then set up between Death Triangle, Pac, Penta L0M and Ray FU00E9 Nix, and Best Friends, Chuck Taylor, Trent Barretta, and Orange Cassidy, to win the vacant championship, with Death Triangle emerging victorious. AEW All-Atlantic Champion, Orange Cassidy since the 12th of October 2022 defeated Pac on Dynamite. AEW announced the All-Atlantic Championship on the 8th of June 2022, with a tournament featuring wrestlers from all around the world. The All-Atlantic Championship is unique in that it can be defended in other promotions, such as the UK's Revolution Pro Wrestling. The first champ was Newcastle's own Pac, who won the tournament at EWXN Forbidden Door, defeating Malachi Black, Miro, and Clark Connors in a four-way match. Pac lost the title during Ewok's Canadian debut on Dynamite Live from Toronto when he was beaten by Orange Cassidy. Catch EWA Dynamite Live every Thursday at 1 AM in the UK and Rampage every Saturday at 3 AM on Fight with an EWA Plus subscription. US customers can also watch both shows on TNT, and in the UK, Dynamite repeats air on ITV4.